Hello and welcome to our JFK Instructional Best Practices presentation. This is the presentation we didn't have enough time to get to at our SIP instructional day. So we are going to just give you a brief kind of narrative and move through the presentation and send it to you. So we, this year, as a best practice committee, are going to be focusing on understanding formative and summative assessments this year and how they pertain to our students and our grade books. During this presentation today, there'll be a video for you to watch independently. We'll go over some assessment overviews, definitions, key differences, looking at how to balance, and a little bit of reflection for yourself. What are we learning about? By the end of this session, we'll be able to define formative and summative, compare them, and reflect on how you're using them in your own classroom. Why? We want to support our students using a combination of the assessments to inform our instruction and also to help us make informed decisions. And how will we know we're successful? We're successful when our PD is being demonstrated in the classroom and yielding improved student learning. So assessment, we say it all the time, but what is it? It's the process of gathering information to make decisions about student learning. There are two main types that we talk about, formative and summative. Now there's an 8-minute video overview by Richard Dufour, and it is wonderful, but for the sake of bandwidth, I'll ask that you watch this one on your own. And then it's a really fun, good use of humor, as well as some really good examples as well. So please take a moment to hit pause and watch this video when you have some time to do so.
But what do we mean by?
So formative assessment, when we say formative, we mean ongoing assessment that's used during learning to monitor the progress and inform your instruction. It's kind of like ongoing feedback. Examples include exit tickets, observations, journals, Kahoots or polls, the games that you play, a little self-reflection, a thumbs up, thumbs down. Those are all great ways to tell you how you're doing, how they're doing along the way. Then we have summative assessment, and those are evaluations after instruction, kind of what I like to call autopsy data. At the end of it all, how do we do? And this is really used to evaluate student mastery at the end of a unit or a period or a subject. These can include final projects, unit tests, outcome assessments, standardized assessments, performance tasks. So anything to show you that they've mastered their skills that you've been working on in the unit that you are currently in. So some key differences here. The timing for formative, it's during your learning, summative after. Purpose, formative is to guide instruction, whereas summative, this is what you use to evaluate your instruction at the end and to reflect. Your feedback is immediate. You'll get those, your exit tickets, your scores on your Kahoots, your observations in class that day. That's immediate feedback. On your summatives, you'll get them after the unit, after you've finished grading. They're the final kind of grades. Formatives are usually typically low stake. They're usually quote unquote smaller grades in your grade book, and there should be more of them to help you guide along the way and help you guide your instruction. Whereas summative are much higher stakes with the being weighted much heavier, as well as showing mastery or at least showing completion of a unit or a subject. Some examples again, as the previous couple pages, quizzes and exit slips for formative, unit tests, final projects. Something that we want to make sure everyone is aware of is our retake policy in District 202. There is no real retake on formatives. It's a practice category. Should tell you how you're going along the way. During summatives, yes, because they're an assessment category, you do want to provide your students the opportunity to retake and improve their learning and show you they've mastered those skills and strategies at the end of the unit. Why formative assessment matters. It supports our learning in real time. Students get their feedback, and that's important as well. It improves your teaching. It allows you to make decisions based on current data, immediate feedback, and it also gives the students ownership of their own learning when they see how they're doing. They can also set their own goals, and they take ownership in their learning. The key here is balancing both though. Good instruction uses a lot of formative to guide yourself along the way. Are we on the right path as we go? And then summative, that finish line. Did we get there and how did we do? So this would have been the activity, was doing some time to take some reflection. What are your go-to formative assessments? How do you currently use them? Can you think of how they've been impactful or not so in your class? So take a minute to read through these lists of questions and think about how they apply to your own practice. So today, hopefully, our key takeaways have been that we use formative to adjust instruction and guide us. We use summative to report final progress and reflect on units for future use. Both assessment types are necessary for strong teaching, of course, and we need to find opportunities to provide meaningful feedback to students along the way. Whether that's getting to see their grades, taking that few moments once in a while to touch base with the student on how they're doing, whether they're keeping track of their own records, to get it signed by parents. There's lots of great ways to provide meaningful feedback. And of course, every staff member should be reflecting regularly on how they use their assessments in the classroom and how it's used in your own grade books as well. Moving forward as a best practice committee, we'd like to take some time in January when we come back from break to do some reflection on your grade book up to the halfway point of the year, the semester, and look at what challenges are in the grade book as well as what's going well for your assessments and your grade booking. So just that's a little look at what's coming up. But for right now, you're doing amazing things each and every day. Take a few moments when you have it to consider formative and summative assessment. And we want to say thank you from your best practice committee for all that you do each and every day, helping us all grow as a school and as a district.